This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about ECW for a minute. It's officially going to close 3 days after this pay-per-view, but we all know it's closed because on March 5th, Paul Heyman joined you on commentary on Monday Night Raw. So he's going to be doing commentary here with you at WrestleMania 17. And I know most people prefer what they grew up with. And for a lot of our listeners, that's Jerry the King Lawler and good old JR. But I actually liked you guys as a duo, you and Paul Heyman. It felt like there was a real true blue friendship with you and Jerry, but it did feel like it could be contentious at times doing commentary with Paul Heyman. And for whatever reason, I thought that added to the broadcast. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a different presentation. Jerry was, at that point in time, we'd been together so long that the angst, the dynamic between the heel and the babyface announcer was kind of passe. Not passe in a sense that concept didn't work anymore because it worked with Heyman and I. But the Lawler dynamic had changed over the years. And then, when Stacey Carter got let go and Lawler left in somewhat of a protest, to me, Heyman was the logical successor. I'd worked with Paul in WCW. And I'd helped him get his first real TV gig on national television because the booking committee didn't want to work with him. He was a pain in the ass to them. And sometimes he was a pain in the ass to me, but he was so talented that he knew his role and did a good job. So I enjoyed working with Paul. And I see it all the time on social media that, that Paul Heyman and myself are their favorite team. We weren't together that long, but if we'd have been together longer, I think that might have stood the test of time.
Yeah.
But I truly enjoyed working with him. He's just so damn smart, and he gets it. He knew what the hell he was doing. And he was a really good antagonist, because sometimes the best antagonists, Conrad, are the villains that say things that you know are true, but you just don't want to hear them. And Heyman had the ability to tell his version anyway of the truth, and plausible. And he just wasn't a heel getting himself over. He got talent over, and he did a great job. So, and obviously he's still doing a great job as a mouthpiece for Roman Reigns and so forth. So, but it was a good experience. I think we're both a little bit apprehensive going into that show. We knew we had to deliver. It wasn't, well, we'll be okay. We'll get through it. That's bullshit, man. I don't want to get through something. I want to make it good. And so we got through it all right, obviously, but I thought it was better than just getting through it. We did a good job that day. He did a real good job. I'm proud to have worked with him.
Talk to me about how Paul Heyman came into the company briefly. Is this something that you would have had a conversation with about, or would he have just reached out directly to Vince and they work out something?
Oh gosh. I'm sure he, being the smart guy that he is, he kept his pipeline to Vince open.
Right.
You go to the decision maker. You want to maintain communication with the decision maker in any environment that you're working in, whether it be wrestling or something else. You don't want to piss off the decision maker. You want to ingratiate yourself to them. So I'm sure that Paul went through Vince about coming in. Vince did talk to me about, now that Jerry's gone, what would you like to do? And so I said, to me, the logical choice to deviate from where we were to give us a completely different coat of paint would be to have Heyman work with me, because he's going to be a heel. He's going to be caustic, and he's smart, and he really was motivated to do a great job. Heyman, like any other great performer, has an ego, and you don't want to go on television and fail or be less than you should be. So I knew that it would be a different dynamic. And I think Vince was intrigued by that. And I don't want to say that WrestleMania 17 was a dry run, but it was a new voyage. How are the seas going to be? Are the seas going to be rough? Or as George Costanza would say, the seas are angry that day, my friend. It's like an old man sending back food at a deli, soup at a deli. So that's kind of the deal. I think But I enjoyed it. I had no regrets at all working with Paul Heyman anytime, any place. He did just a great job. And we were both fired up for that show. We were jacked up, ready to rock and roll.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.